Hello, my friends, and welcome back to 1111 Outdoors. People have recently asked me what I carry or if I carry anything with my ARC every day. Now, the video I posted on the ARC, people were pretty positive towards it. I've noticed that this tool, when this tool first came out, there were a lot of people that just didn't like it. I mean, if you go against standard architecture, people tend to lose their minds. And I get it. I invested deeply into the wave, charge, surge ecosystem. I had a lot of things, but there's a lot of those components you can use with the ARC. I mean, you're not completely lost. The only tool that Leatherman offers that I wish this had on it is the saw adapter, the T-shank adapter that comes on the Surge. If they put that on this tool, I'd be super happy. It's like when they took and put the bit driver on there, because this was the deal breaker for me. Like, a lot of people love the Magna Cut blade. Okay, we've covered that. A lot of people love this Magna Cut blade, and it's great. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But for me, the selling point was this. This is outstanding. If you don't have this replaceable bit driver, your tool is very limited as far as things that you can get a hold of and things that Leatherman offers to make your tool more useful. This is a selling point. And the Surge had a T-shank adapter you could put jigsaw blades into. You could put a file in. I mean, it's a very, very cool little tool. And I could probably get a mod to put one of those on here, but I tend not to mod my tools like that. I feel if I spend, a couple $100 on a tool, it should be good right out the box. And I really enjoy the mods people do. And I have done a couple of mods on a couple of tools, but for the most part, I don't really dig in and start replacing implements on my tools. I did think about putting one of these on the P4, and I was almost at that stage whenever they released the ARC, and that relieved me from having to do that. And I was kind of pretty sure they were going to do this. I mean, you couldn't just release the P2 and the P4 with the limited tool set that it had and expect it to be successful. But amazingly enough, the P2 and the P4 were extraordinarily successful. I realized that it was a great tool right out the box. A lot of people took a long time to come around. A lot of people didn't give it a shot. A lot of people just opened it up and felt how loose it is, and it's not as rigid, and it doesn't have that feel that they were looking for. And like I said, they were very biased towards certain architecture. And I'm that way with a lot of tools as well. You kind of have to be more open-minded when it comes to new things. Otherwise, you just kind of miss out. And I feel like a lot of those people are missing out on this tool. I don't think they give it a solid shot. And you got to be real careful with reviews on the internet now. I mean, because there's a lot of people out there that, I mean, if you have a keyboard, internet access, and just basic understanding of human language, you can put a review on the internet. So we really have to be careful with what people are, saying when they're typing in these reviews. I feel like the ARC really didn't get the shot that it needed to have. Or more importantly, the P2 and the P4. The ARC, I think, has been pretty successful. And they released an Obsidian ARC for even more money lately. And yeah, I consider myself a collector if there's value in it. But I just don't see the value in, making a different color and releasing it to me. To me, that doesn't have value. I have every standard model of Leatherman, but I don't have all the exotic colors and stuff. I think that's getting into, I don't know, that's a whole different level of adoration when it comes to your multi-tool. Now, back to the point. People ask me what I carry with this or if I carry anything with it. And we'll revisit this component here in just a second. If you're not familiar with the tool, this is a bit holder. It basically holds a bit, and you can get several of these flat bits to go inside this holder, and it really does open up a lot of range of motion for you as far as, negotiating all sorts of different problems. They have all kinds of things that go in here. Now, that's where this comes in. I carry this pouch, and this is made by Leatherman. You don't necessarily have to have one of these. I just feel like this is, kind of goes on brand, but also carries everything that I need. So I'm one of those people. I think that and I'll just say this, I think if a company makes a product that you like and a product that benefits you, then you should support that company. And some people may agree or disagree, but you have to support the things you love. Otherwise, don't be surprised when they're not there anymore. Now, Leatherman's a huge company and it does very, very well. And there's a lot of people that think, well, my few dollars don't make any difference. They do. Believe me, they do. So I went ahead and invested in their pouch, and I haven't been disappointed. It's a very good little pouch. And inside this pouch, let's do a little pouch dump, see what's in here. Inside this pouch, I have a lot of components. I carry a little standard little bit set, and you'll see these aren't the flat bit, and I'll explain that in just a second. But I also carry these little drivers here, and you'll see that these little drivers, they can hold both the one-dimensional bit. I don't know if you call this one-dimensional. I'm not sure. The flat bit, they'll hold it just fine. And it snaps in there. It's not coming out. And this goes right into your tool. That gives you more reach, and it gives you the ability to not only hold the flat bits, but you can take these bits that you can get at any Home Depot or wherever you are, Walmart, and they will snap right in there as well. So that opens up your tool to an entire system of bits. You don't have to stay with the proprietary Leatherman bit, which is super handy. So I really, really advise people, if you have a tool that has the exchangeable bit, then go ahead and get one of these extensions. And you don't have to, this is made by Leatherman. You don't have to get Leatherman's official bit. You can take a regular bit driver that goes into, say, your drill or whatever, and you can grind it down and match this profile, and it will fit right in there. I did that for a while. I don't think I have it with me, but I did that for a little while, and it worked very well. Now, this is the thing that everybody's losing their mind over lately. This is a ratcheting driver. Pretty outstanding. And it fits right inside the bit driver. And it's official Leatherman. So that really, really opens your tool up to a whole different direction of motion where you can get in and solve a lot of problems. The bit driver is worth its weight. There's a lot of people that are against it. There's some plastic components here. And I'll just get this out of the way. I'll just go ahead and say this, and I'm probably going to offend some people, and I'm going to go ahead and proactively apologize for that. But here's the thing. If you're breaking quality tools, if you're breaking them, then tools aren't your problem. All right? There's a deeper issue there. If you say, oh, well, all my knives break, or I tried that, but it just breaks on me. Well, you might want to think about technique. You might want to think about skill set. You might want to revisit your whole flight plan when it comes to approaching problems. Anyway, just an observation. Now, here's something I carry in here that most people don't. This is a crunch. And they don't sell these anymore. And I have a couple, and I debated for a little while on whether I should carry it because it is such a limited edition tool. But, I buy my tools to use them. And this thing is just indispensable when it comes to the Leatherman ecosystem as far as I'm concerned. This thing will open all kinds of doors for you. You can use it as a clamp. You can use it to hold things. It's got a pin vise in the front. I have a whole video on this. If you want to check out my channel, 1111 Outdoors, there's a whole video on this tool, and I think you'll probably enjoy that. Great tool. If you can get your hands on one, I highly advise it. Not only is it valuable, but it's super limited. You just can't buy them anymore. Anyway, so in here, I also carry a pen, my little O-Pen Mini that I get from Olight. The new one, I also have a video on this on my page, on my website, if you, or my YouTube channel, if you want to look into it. The O-Pen Mini 2 is fantastic, but this is the original, and it's a little bit shorter, and it fits down in there just a little bit better than this one. So I still carry this one. I have a bunch of them, so might as well use them. So the next thing I have in there is a pry bar. I think I did a short on this. This is made by Gerber, and I think it's called the Chonk, and it is a beast of a pry bar. I have used this to I've loaned it to guys in a machine shop. I think a couple of the guys went ahead and invested in one because they just saw the value in it immediately. I mean, if you have to separate things, or if you need to get underneath something and leverage it apart, this thing is pretty fantastic. I mean, Leatherman Chonk. If you're looking for a pocket pry bar, and I never thought I'd carry a pocket pry bar, but this one is pretty outstanding. And it is tough. Like I said, I've loaned it to guys and watched them hammer it underneath things. It's amazing. The next thing I have in here is the ratchet. And Leatherman doesn't make one of these. This is made by a company called 7-Eleven, and they have a articulating one. I may invest in that. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but it has a hinge right here, so it'll articulate, and that I can see where that would be handy. But this is your basic little ratchet, and the cool thing about it is it will accept the flat bit. If you go in the right direction, it will accept the flat bit, which is nice. But it will also accept the standard bits if you go in the right way. Wow, I'm special today. And you would be amazed. I built a crib for a friend lately, and it really came in handy to get in those really tight spots. And congratulations to my friend on their new baby. So anyway, that's where things like this come in handy. And this little ratchet is amazing. If you have a tool that has this driver, this ratchet, and these tools, and you can use them in, you could pair them together if you needed more. If you needed more reach, you could pair them together. Although I would advise, do this logically. This is a lot of torque for your tool, so just, be smart. Like we talked about earlier, just be smart. In here, I also have a flashlight, and it is surprisingly an Olight. And this is one of those that you can charge with the USB. And it's a good little light. Not a whole bunch of light, but just enough light. And it doesn't come with this clip. I pulled this clip off of a different light, and I snapped it onto this one. I think I have a short on that too. You might want to check that out. I mean, this is a nice mod. Really does. You could put it on your hat. It opens up a lot of motion for this thing. It was a keychain light, but I'm not a big keychain light guy. So anyway, that rides in the bag as well. And I also have a set of these bits, and I have them joined together. I just took a piece of copper wire, joined them together. Real simple, but it works really great. That way you have your bits all in one little collection, and you can lay them out flat and choose whatever you need. I think there's a guy on the Leatherman Facebook page that makes a mod for this, like kind of like a little chain link that goes in there. Yeah, I just stuck a piece of copper in there. It works just fine for me. I don't worry about it. I have this one as well, because sometimes I do carry my P4 that I did a slight mod on, so this would attach to it. Now this bit driver set will go onto the rebar, and it's nice. So this little socket type thing will slide onto the Phillips driver on the rebar, I believe. But I use it on the P4. I did a slight grind mod on it. You can find information on that on the internet if you want. So I have this bag. I think that's all that's in there. So I have my my bits. I have my pen. I have my driver. I have my ratcheting driver. I have my ratchet. I have my pry bar. And I have my crunch. For just about everything I do during the day, this assortment of tools serves me well. I usually don't need anything else in my bag. I still carry the P4, and I carry the Surge in my work bag. And the Surge, when I do carry the Surge, like I said, I wish that they had the T-shank adapter onto this tool, but the Surge will carry these. You can put these into the Surge. So they're in my thing as well. I didn't really pull them out and show them to you because they don't really go with this tool. There's no T-shank adapter on this tool, but I do carry the Surge with me, and I carry these just to back up the Surge. So that is my spread for my Leatherman loadout. This is a assortment of tools that works really well for me, and I think it'll work really well for just about anybody in just about any industry. There's all kinds of things that guys carry with their Leatherman besides what I have here, but for me, every day, just for the everyday, not knowing what I'm going to get into type situation, this collection of tools works very well. I hope you found this information valuable, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I know I keep harping on this, but if you really want to support the people that bring you information that you find valuable, you please like and subscribe their videos. Not just mine, everyone. Because like I said, if you don't support the things you love, don't be surprised when they're not there anymore. And I appreciate every single one of you who have subscribed. I can't tell you how much that means to me. Thank you so much. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Tune in for my next video. I can't wait to make it for you. And we'll talk to you soon. This is 1111 Outdoors. Have a great day.